Hey, welcome to the Sisterhood of the Traveling Bantha. We are your hosts, Denise
and Rexy, and we are recording with special support from Council Member Mark Collier.
And we're broadcasting from our galaxy to yours.
May the force be with you.
Always. What's up, Herd?
Hey, Herd.
We're on take 2.
Yep.
Our episode about the skeleton crew.
Yeah, so we're gonna try again. Mixed board and stuff died like right in the middle, and the computer tried to die, and the computer froze, and we're just here we go. So
this is the most awkward intro I think to an episode we have ever done.
Even probably our very first one wasn't so bad, but you know what? Whatever.
Yeah.
We'll push right through it, and we are here to talk about Skeleton Crew because we just watched the trailer and we have some thoughts.
Well, not just watched it. We've seen it a couple times. We have made a couple TikToks about it.
But we just watched it again.
We wanted to sit down and dive into it. Like, actually discuss it. Kind of like we did with
the Acolyte trailers.
So, I'm super pumped about this.
Oh, I am too.
I am so glad we finally got this. It came out, I think, like, was it August, like, 10th? Because we were
it's been out several weeks.
Because I showed it to you at Oklahoma Comic Con.
OKCC, yeah, that's right. Because we have a reaction video for that as well.
Yes, we do. It's on your phone, right?
Yep.
Okay, good.
So
Not mine.
I can actually probably drop that in here. As long as the sound is good, we'll have to see.
But
I do want to say my very first thought upon seeing that trailer, it is so like Goonies / Stand By Me-esque. It feels like this little group of kids like going on this wild epic adventure. Just like Goonies and Stand By Me, and it's
like Stranger
almost
Things.
80s kind of. Yeah, Stranger Things. That kind of vibe.
Like the Brat Pack. They're coming together on an adventure.
I think it's gonna be so much fun.
You say that, so I'm super excited for it. I am 100% here for the show. I think it is going to be great.
I think it'll really appeal to kids too.
With that said, you fandom menaces out there, do not come towards these children and be mean like you were with people in the Acolyte.
Oh my gosh.
Or in the prequels or in the sequels. We must protect these children at all costs. Anyways, okay.
Yeah, I agree. I think we're probably talking to mostly people who agree with that, but
and that's just my PSA.
Protect the kids. They're just kids, man.
This show looks so great. I'm actually honestly surprised. So it's been about a month. Like, there hasn't been super ton of talk about it.
Not much buzz.
But I think part of that was because there was so much talk about the Acolyte going on at the same time.
Right. It got a little overshadowed.
I think that, like, with all of that drama, it maybe overshadowed this some.
Yeah.
And I think maybe, like, they should have waited, like, another month.
Just to give it some time to breathe.
But I also don't think Disney and Lucasfilms expected all this, like, drama with the Acolyte. But with that said, this trailer...
It was a lot. And you know what? Just, I hope it doesn't happen again. It wasn't fun.
This trailer was so delightful. I loved all of it. And
I think Owen would dig it, right? It's like kids on an adventure. Like
they're riding speeder bikes. Like
riding their town.
Bikes.
It's
like
so
E.T.
fun. Yeah, like E.T., like Stranger Things.
Like
I'm so here for this, man.
I think because of that, and so this is where I think it will appeal to some of these like older fans. Is I think it's going to hit to the nostalgia of their youth.
Okay.
Of them going out and hanging out with their friends during summer,
their bikes all
riding
day
their bikes around town, causing a ruckus. Like, this is what I think that is why some of these older generations are gonna like it. And I think that these young, and it's not like little kids, I think this is gonna help Disney grab towards those, not grab, bad choice of words, appeal to the tweens and teens.
Yeah.
Because they'll be able to relate. I feel like this is also going to be like a coming of age story for these kids.
Because we keep talking about how like there is some Star Wars for everybody. Everybody's represented. Well, here's a show that's literally for
we got
these like young, very young teenagers, almost teens kind of.
We have all these cartoons that are for kids. We got movies that kind of appeal to everybody, but I think this will really appeal to like these teenagers, these coming of age. Young adult books in Star Wars are huge.
Yeah.
Like,
it makes sense that there would be a show.
Yeah. So
I was just reading this. So the events in Skeleton Crew happen parallel to the events of The Mandalorian and Ahsoka.
It is taking place at the same time.
So that's really good to know as far as the timeline. So it's several years after Return.
Yes, and so I knew that going into this, which makes me wonder if there's also going to be a tie-in from the Skeleton Crew into the Mandalorian Grogu movie, because this is also done by Dave Filoni.
Yeah.
And Jon Favreau.
Which is Mando. That's Mando, right there. Like, that's Mando.
And Ahsoka. And like all of these things in this like Mandoverse are like tying together. Mm-hmm. So it makes me wonder if there's a Mando cameo in it.
God, that would be so cool. We could have the baby.
Or
I haven't seen the baby in far too long.
Chopper.
Oh my god.
Especially because
I want to see Chopper live action. So bad.
Ooh, here's another one. Oh man, I love that we're like getting into
I know.
Okay, so we have Jude Law. He is a Jedi, right?
Yes. When he took it off, man, it was just like,
what if this leads to like a Luke Skywalker cameo again?
Oh, that would be so much fun. I would not be mad about that.
Or him.
Especially because for a while he took Grogu. Remember?
Yeah, for a very short period.
So
that was in the book of Boba
Fett.
If you didn't watch it, Book of Boba Fett, briefly.
Yeah.
Frames.
Very, very briefly. But yeah, he had him for a minute.
But like, what if this leads Jude Law's character? We don't know who he is. To Luke, because Luke, obviously, he's wanting to rebuild like this Jedi training academy,
right?
And we know he starts to build one and has a school going. By the events that happened with Ben and the flashback scenes from the sequels. So does Jude Law meet up with him? Are any of these kids going to be force sensitive?
We know that Jude Law's character is supposed to be like a big deal because they were very dramatic. Like when he pulled that hood off, they were like, boom.
They're always dramatic though with Jedi.
That's fair, but I feel like
always
it's
come
like
out with their hoods.
This is a thing.
Hello there. Like,
that's fair. But I feel like that was
Hayden Christensen.
You know, every shot matters. There's never a wasted shot in cinema.
Well,
and I feel like that was like a, hey, we're focusing on this. This is important. This character is either going to be important for a good reason or a bad reason.
Or I just think because the whole trailer was all the kids, and they're like, oh yeah, don't forget, we got Jude Law here.
Oh, they were just like, here, let's get people excited.
They like just show him for like 2 seconds.
Surprise, you know somebody, it's Jude Law.
So we know these kids are going to find the Jedi.
Yeah.
Which makes me also think one of these kids, I'm calling it now, is going to be force sensitive. Calling it now. One of the kids is going to have force abilities.
That would make sense. You think only one?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think only one. I would love for it to be Neil, but I don't think
Neil is the cutest.
I don't think we're going to be that lucky.
Arms.
Yeah, he has arms.
Doesn't Max not have arms?
I don't think they're the same creature.
Oh,
I don't think they're the same
species. I thought
species.
they were.
No. Okay. There's I think it's a different species. Actually, I think somebody commented on my TikTok a while ago because I talked about it. And I was like, Neil is just adorable. We had Basil in
Acolyte.
Now we have Neil in this one.
Pull up a picture of Neil. You guys can see because oh my gosh, he's adorable.
So Max is an Ortolian, and I don't think it's the same as him. Because if you look at how he only looks like 2 arms, or Max I think has few.
Oh, okay.
Where is it? I'm looking. Oh no, there was like thoughts about it being an Ortolan, but I don't think it is.
Okay.
And
gosh, he's adorable.
Disney's gonna make so much money off this dude.
Oh, I know. Neil, Churro. I can't wait to meet Churro. Like, I've already met him online because I've seen him, but like, I can't wait to read about him. I can't wait.
So what they're referring to is in the latest middle school High Republic book, Beware of the Nameless. There is a character that is featured. His name is Churro the Hutt. It's not a spoiler because he's on the cover of the book. Like, but Churro the Hutt is like the most delightful thing.
Absolutely in love with him.
He's so sweet. And he is not your stereotypical Hutt. He was probably my favorite thing while reading that.
Yeah. He's so freaking cute, man.
You're gonna love him. You're gonna love him. All these like kid characters are just so great.
Oh, look at him. Zoom in a little bit.
Goggles.
He's got a little buggy.
After he eats it. Anyways, so let's get
Whoa! Didn't mean to do that.
Good.
Put that back where it goes.
Back to skeleton.
You know what else I'm really excited about while we're on the subject of Neil is the other creatures in Star Wars. Like, there's the little owl who is freaking adorable.
And then you didn't catch this. And it's unless you know, you won't know. If you know, you know. There was this little caged creature that we see very briefly.
Yeah.
In the trailer when they're on this, I think they're like on a ship or something, and they see all this stuff going on, which I'm guessing
so
maybe
it's
the Jedi.
Be a very fast, like very brief shot of it, right?
But yes, but this creature, this is not the first time people have seen this creature. So back in the days, like in the 80s, George Lucas did this special little project for Disney. And there was this like 3D, 4D show in Tomorrowland called Captain EO with Michael Jackson.
It's amazing.
And he had his little fuzzball friend who was part of the show and was his sidekick. And it is the same creature that Captain EO's sidekick. And so he is officially canon. So does that mean that like Michael Jackson was living in the Star Wars?
Michael Jackson is canon for Star
So
Wars.
here for this. Well, Captain EO, but like
yeah, Captain EO is apparently in the Star Wars universe.
You know, it wouldn't be the first time that something from Disneyland is in Star Wars, like Rex, Captain Rex from Star Tours is now in like books and comics and everything. So he's been in cartoons,
which I love so much. We're gonna pull up a picture of Rex real quick because he is one of my oldest favorites.
Yes, I was one of those kids that genuinely believed when on Star Tours we were actually flying in space. And I was like, how does this work? We never see the things leave the planet when we're standing outside in line. Like, how does, like, my little brain could not comprehend this.
It didn't make sense.
And I was just like, are we just like shooting out of like taking off so fast? Is there some, are we going
that's
off?
Like, that's Disney magic. Disney is so good.
Also just the make-believe of children too, just believing that this world is so fantastical.
Yep, that you can get in it too.
Yeah, and so, but Rex,
I love him. He's one of my favorites from way back as a small child.
But so it just makes my heart happy that they bring in these little things and incorporate it into like Star Wars, and it's kind of, I don't know, it makes you feel like you're closer to that Star Wars universe and being like brought in, and it's not just so
right. It's like it's immersive. It's more real when you can get into the universe.
Yes. Yeah, I'm super excited. I'm glad that they're doing a 2-episode premiere on December 3rd.
Nice.
So you got the first 2. I like that they do this. I don't know how many episodes there are yet. They haven't released that. I really think that these shows they need to do like 12 episodes. Like, look at Andor and how successful Andor was, and it had 12. It had 12 episodes, and it is probably, I think, outside of Mandalorian, like the most beloved like live fiction, like live action show.
That's not surprising though. Like, and yeah, I guess you have more time. You have more time to flesh it out. You don't have to rush through anything. Mm-hmm. You can give more details. You can tell more of the story.
So I'm really hoping. I think. Steve's phone just started recording and having a conversation with us.
I'd be curious to hear your thoughts.
Play it again.
It's a great point. The success of shows like Andor and The Mandalorian has certainly shown that a shorter, more focused season can be incredibly effective. By limiting the number of episodes, creators can often deliver a more cohesive and impactful narrative. Do you have any specific shows in mind that you think could benefit from a 12-episode format? I'd be curious to hear your thoughts.
I just accidentally pushed the Google button, and it was like, oh, let's have a conversation.
But like Andor really... How many episodes did Mandalorian have? Did they have 10? I think they had more. So people complain about Book of Boba Fett. That was only like I think 8 episodes.
8. 8 for Mando.
Was all. Yeah, but Mando I think was different. It's such a basic story though compared to like
people loved Mandalorian.
And like when I say basic story, it was literally him just protecting the child.
Right. Where there wasn't a ton of moving parts.
Where then you had the Acolyte.
There's so many viewpoints and stories and moving parts.
And it was only 8 episodes, and there was so much going on. I think if it would have
crammed into 8 episodes,
and they couldn't like fully. I think that was if I had one complaint about the Acolyte, it would be that I feel like some of the storylines that they had, they didn't give them enough time to elaborate and to flesh those out more. They could have fleshed out Jackie more. They could have fleshed out Yord more. They could have gone more into like the internal conflict with Soul and what happened. And just if they had went from 8 to 12, I think they could have shown it better. I think they had a few more episodes. I love the story, don't get me wrong, like I love
I do too.
I just think it could have benefited from more episodes.
I definitely see how like having another episode to explain more how the witches use the Force to make the children be a thing. Like that could have been a whole episode that would have been amazing to know. A whole episode to like really show us that de-evolution of Soul's sanity, because we see him start to lose it, but it happens so fast.
Yeah,
and it's like that doesn't make sense to me for a Jedi.
But I think to that it's we don't see that like was it 16 years later?
Yeah.
So like,
and I like you were talking about more time. I would have liked more time for them to show some kind of a transition.
So I really hope with this show, I think the storyline. So I think this show, what it has going for it with the Skeleton Crew, I think it is going to be a more basic storyline, like The Mandalorian, where it is a group of kids coming together. They're going on an adventure. They get lost. Now they got to come back.
Whoops! We accidentally launched the spaceship, and we went into hyperspace.
It is a story that has been told millions of times, and it's a story that's a good story. Like people love these adventure stories. They go out, they find themselves, they work together, they become a team. And they get back home and they win and they save the day. Like that is what I think this story is going to be.
I think so too. We're going to have, like you said, like a coming of age story of the kids. We're going to have some kind of interesting story with Jude Law's character.
And so, and I think if they did like a 10 episodes, I think it'd be perfect. I think it's going to be fun. I think because it's
they haven't said how many we're getting yet?
No. And I think because it's this type of story, I think the pacing will be faster.
Oh, it definitely will be. It's like going to be an adventure, like
it's going to be faster,
fun romp through space.
And I think that will be good for it because I feel like a lot of people nowadays, I've seen this thing going around lately too, that we become like dumb TV viewers. Or no, not dumb, impatient television viewers.
Yeah.
Because remember back in the day, and in like the 90s and early 2000s, we didn't have all this streaming stuff. We had TV, you had sitcom shows every week, 30
There were
minutes or an
certain
hour,
times.
and it was 22 episodes for an entire season, and you didn't really start. Shows never really start getting good until the second season because that's when they start filling everything out. And so, but now, a lot of times, I blame Netflix for this one, is they drop all episodes, all 8 at once, and they're not even like, it's not even a full season, and they drop it all at once, and so
there's no waiting, there's no anticipation,
and so everybody expects it to be great right off the bat because that's what it is now, instead of letting things build and develop and start.
I see that a lot in these like epic seasons long shows, and the first season always kind of sucks.
But like, and that's like people were talking about. If you go back and you look at the Clone Wars season 1 rating, it was atrocious. In today's standards, it would have never got renewed.
Oh yeah, that makes sense though. Yeah,
and it didn't start getting better until like season 2, and then it picked up. But that's what I'm saying. Like, we become so impatient, and we expect everything to be instantly great.
Oh yeah, people want instant gratification,
like adventure. It makes it difficult for shows, especially like because now you're seeing all the time on like Netflix and Amazon, and like HBO is, oh well, this first season didn't do so hot, so we're gonna just completely scrap it. Sometimes you need that second season.
Yeah, build upon the first and make it better. I mean, like,
because it's a long cohesive story. It's not a movie. It's not something that you need to go and grab and get people's attention within like 3 hours, well, 2.5 hours.
You don't have to. You have time.
And now too, like they're starting to see, like, I know I feel like we're talking about the Acolyte a lot, but there's like comparisons with this. But
and like, that's the one that just wrapped, so that's the one that we have our experience.
So with the Acolyte, they've seen viewership actually have an uptake afterward because people were then waiting for the whole season to drop because people, again, impatient, don't want to wait every week to see things.
They want to binge it.
And people are saying, and the people who are watching it afterwards and binging the whole season seem to be enjoying it more than the people that were complaining about it watching it weekly because they don't want to wait that. They want to just see the whole story unfold back to back to back. And so, but I think
that makes sense. I mean, this is absolutely an age of instant gratification.
I think, but I don't think that's going to happen with this show. I think people are instantly going to be pulled in because of this, like we talked about earlier, the nostalgia of like our childhood growing up, going on these adventures, and then it is a more fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be quick, fast-paced.
It's
fun adventures. Oop,
you're not
this
gonna
happened.
Have
Whoops, we got into this thing because it's little kids.
You're not gonna have to think. Oh, so what does that mean? What's going on over there?
Right. There's not a lot of adults getting up to adult intrigue and fluff that they should not be doing. It's kids being like, oh, fluff, we accidentally put a ship into hyperspace. We're lost. What do we do?
I think it's gonna be a Mandalorian 2.0 for kids.
I think it's gonna be so fun.
It's gonna come out right off the bat, like,
and just be a blast. I think
genuinely think it is gonna become a people favorite.
Yeah.
And it'd be really cool to see, like, hopefully they can get a season 2.
That'd be really fun.
Multiple seasons of shows.
Right.
Ooh, speaking of which,
because then we learn more. We get more. It's not just like, okay, well, hope that was fun. We'll give you another bite of something.
Speaking of which, Ahsoka season 2 should be starting filming next summer.
Very
summer
cool.
This came out. But I want to see a Mandalorian tie-in.
Yeah. I think it would make sense though. The events are happening at the same time.
And
it makes sense that we might see Mando, we might see the baby, we might see Chopper.
I think that would be really cool if they met up with like Hera and Chopper, and
that would be a blast. So we already have live action Hera.
Yeah, we do. We have all the live action Rebels except that's so sad.
Well, on that note,
so sad, but I don't know. I think it's gonna be great. I think Owen wants to watch it with me.
Cool.
Hopefully, he says that he stopped watching the Acolyte after Yord suffered from the snap.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
The snap, crackle, pop.
Poor guy.
I am excited. There is going to be a young adult book with them, though.
With Yord?
Yord and Jeki. Oh, you didn't know about that?
Excited. I love Yord and Jeki. Okay, so like all my favorite characters in the Acolyte, except for the stranger, died.
Oh, speaking of it, Manny Jacinto said it is his personal goal in life to have a season 2 of Acolyte.
Yeah, get it, man.
That is his personal goal. And he said his favorite thing about the dark side is he heard somebody say, "Come to the dark side. We have hot guys." They're like, yes, they do.
Yeah, they do.
Yes.
Yeah, we're not mad about. Ooh, it's
do you
pretty.
think there's gonna be a big bad in the skeleton crew? I don't think so.
I think it'll be a bunch of little
obstacles that they're gonna
stand alone in the episode. Like, whoops, this one's got us getting into this scrape. Oh, that one's got us getting into this misadventure.
I would say, or something. Oh, our ship.
The first two might be like a double, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, our ship broke down. Here's an episode we gotta
figure our way out, or we
I
got
think that's
lost.
What it's
kind of like maybe Lost in Space.
I've never seen Lost in Space.
That's a fun one too.
Yeah. Is it a show or?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's my prediction. It's a bunch of like standalone shorts that come together to make an entire story.
I think so too. I don't think it's like an adventure of the week.
Yeah.
I love Adventure of the Week. That's
Me
what
too.
Mandalorian season 1.
That's the format, and it's so good.
Adventure of the Week.
And people like it because it's digestible.
And you also don't have to worry about being so caught up in everything. And you can
just have fun. Sit down, watch a story,
and not have to fully pay attention.
Yeah.
So you don't miss something from the storyline that's going to be brought back up later.
Right. Because it's like, well, that's probably going to be it. Yeah.
I think it's going to be a story of the week. I'm so excited for it.
We'll watch these kids grow and learn some things and stuff over the course of however many episodes they give us. And yeah, I'm excited.
I'm super pumped. I can't wait till December. It's like an early Christmas present.
It's coming out the week of my birthday.
It's an early Christmas present. I'm super excited.
Me too.
I can't wait. But yeah, so if they have another trailer, we'll probably talk about it again.
Yep.
Or another
hopefully we'll get more something.
I think we'll get more like
teasers or something at least.
Yeah. Snippets.
Yeah.
If you follow like different countries like Lucasfilms, you'll sometimes see scenes that aren't like shown. They'll have like different trailers.
I never thought of doing that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I did that with Acolyte.
Nice. Okay.
Well, if not, we'll probably be talking about it on our social media. So make sure you follow all of our social medias.
Yep.
We are getting better at posting more. Our TikTok is becoming more active.
Yeah.
That's
fun.
I
am getting better about remembering that those things exist and using them.
That's all right. You edit. I do that.
Yeah. I'm so glad, dude. Like, I'm working on, I am like methodically going through and chopping off like and finishing projects and finishing things. And like, someday my life will be ordered and.
No, it's not.
It will be.
No, it's not.
It will be.
Realistically,
no. Yeah, you're probably right.
It's just learning how to create order in the no order.
Yes. I need help with that.
Order in the chaos. Chaotic order.
With this becoming ordered. I need help. I know that you've offered to help. I'm finally going to take you up on that.
I'm going to say, give me a day. Give me so I can get this organized. It'd be a mess beforehand, but I can get it organized for you.
I need help. Please, I'll make you whatever you want.
Okay, we'll figure a day and we'll go in
cool
sections. But yeah, so from our galaxy to yours,
it's first with you
always. Thank you for listening to Sisterhood of the Traveling Bantha, written and produced by Denise McKay,
edited and produced by Rexy Jupiter, original logo designed by Tyler Rigney.
Intro and outro music is provided by the Galactic Empire.
You can find us on all streaming platforms at Travel and Bantha.
And join our Discord for fun-filled galaxy chats.
You can also sign up for our Patreon starting at just $3. You get exclusive episodes, merch, behind the scenes, and more.
And a special thanks to all our Jedi Knight members and higher. We have Rooney, Michael Beavers, Mark Collier, and James Peake. From our galaxy to yours,
may the Force be with you.
Always.